This is Kimberly Elizabeth, and I would like to welcome you back to my channel, Bookkeeping Journey. Today's video, I'm going to be talking to you about my book that I am writing. So I'm actually writing a book on my life, and that's what I'm only going to be talking about this book once. Well, this only time I'm going in full in depth about the book on this channel, and I will definitely be putting the links in the description of this video so that you can go follow me on Instagram, join the Facebook page. It's not going to be on bookkeeping. So this book is not on bookkeeping. It is about me. It's about my life. It's about how I grew up, all the horrible things that I was told by the adults, like you're ugly, you'll never amount to anything. It's about me being insecure, because there are people out there that go through these things and these events every single day of their lives. There are people that are in controlling relationships. I was in one. They don't know that they are in a controlling relationship. There are people that because of whatever their family or the adults in their families that were supposed to love them told them that they were ugly, you will never amount to anything, you are a slut, you are a whore, and for no apparent reason calling you these names just because of their insecurities. And if you don't do the work on yourself and see the person that you know that you can become, you will always be there telling yourself, I'm stupid, I'm foolish. I remember I had an incident where I dropped a pen, and I dropped the pen by accident. I was holding it in the car. I was with my husband at the time. I was holding it in the car, and he was driving. He turned the corner. I think he gave me these pens to hold, and I dropped them. And I started to literally break down and cry. Oh my God, I'm so stupid. I can never do anything right. I'm so foolish or whatever. And and that was, when I think back about it, I was so completely insecure. I had so much issues. That's why I always say, the person that you all see that come here, that tell you about bookkeeping and motivate you and encourage you, I do have a past. And a past, I'm making sure that I completely change my future. And know that I can look back at that person that I was and say, whoa, there are people that are out there that are living life and they feel this way about themselves. And that's the reason why I'm writing this book, not to point fingers at people. So the book does not have my full name on it. So I have it under Beth. So Beth for part of Elizabeth, Beth. So I have Beth, Paris, and Paris is my maiden name. The reason why I ended up doing this book is something I always on my heart to do. I always wanted to write a book on my life because I knew I had a really sappy, sad story and I knew that I could turn this story into something very positive and encouraging. I always wanted to use my story, and at the time when I decided I really wanted to write a book, this is even before I met my best friend, and I was telling myself I wanted to write a book, is when I got to the motivation part, doing a lot of self-development on myself. Now, in the last 2 years since I separated from my husband, I was lucky enough to have a best friend that he does a lot of self-development, so he really helped me to dig deep and go to the places inside of me that I was terrified of going, and at least now I had somebody there to help me through it. So I'll be sharing all those things that I did to get past being angry at my grandmother for dying. And she died when I was 13, and I had a horrible teenage life, living from house to house, being molested. All these things happened to me, and these are things that happen in the world every single day. And then after moving from house to house, because I met this man, and which is my best friend. Well, this was my husband. He was my best friend at the time, and no ideas for this best friend. And I was so insecure that because I thought that he being nice to me and all that it would all worked out, and I did not recognize that moving with him and getting in that relationship that I was going to be so controlled. Imagine being in a relationship and the person is sitting here and wants this pen off the desk, and because the pen is like 2 inches of straps in front of them, they're like, come and get this, can you hand me that? And I'm like, but you're there. You don't want to, you basically down the lines of, you don't want to not do it because you don't, kind of like threatening you because you don't know, what would he say? You don't want to not do it because you don't know what will happen, or you're going to want me to do something for you later, stuff like that. And I was so insecure and such a people pleaser. Oh my goodness. I was such a people pleaser. And there are a lot of people out there that suffer with that. There are a lot of people that are in controlling relationships. There are a lot of people that may not be in a controlling relationship, but they had adults in their childhood that told them horrible things. The person that completely loved them died early, which was me. For me, my grandmother died early. And I had to write her a letter. I had to write her a letter and tell her how, all the bad things that happened or why I was angry at her. And I never knew that I was angry at her. And it was that I was holding on to that anger for so many years. This only happened 2 years ago when I did this letter, So imagine for all my adult life, I was dealing with this. And it was only because my best friend, which I always call my mentor, he said to me, there's an underlying issue that you need to pull out. And I see it peeking out every single time that something happens. And I had to do some real deep soul search. And I was pressing one morning, and I remember I actually sent him a message. And I said, you know what, I figured out. I actually never forgave my grandmother for dying. Because when she died, and I had to go live from house to house, I experienced some horrible things from people. And I never felt loved. I never knew what real, true love was. And so therefore, when you're coming from that, any person that shows you any bit of attention, you assume that is love, and it's a completely different thing. So my book, the book that I'm writing, is to help people that are the younger me. They don't have to be younger than me, because there are older people that are going through situations like that or deal with stuff like that. But the people that are that person that I was, to be able to help them to become the person that they're meant to be, not to become me, but to become the person that they're meant to be. And that's why I'm writing the book, not to only share my sob story, but to share my sob story so that you can see that although I had a horrible past, I am in charge of my future. So therefore, I can decide the work that I want to do. Is going to be scary as hell, but I can decide that I'm going to do work on myself. And if I can do it, you can do it too. And that there's the things that I did to achieve what I achieved so far, that some person else can follow it, and that you can pick up my book, and when you feel down or you feel like, I don't know what to do in this situation, you can pick up the book and read some section of it and be able to get back that motivation, that group. So definitely that will be going, this group, this book, this Instagram page, the Facebook group, all of that will not end when I complete the book, or when I completely write the book. In doing all of this, because initially when I started, I was like, well, you're probably going to do it just to promote the book or whatever. But when I post my posts on Instagram, and I share it on Facebook, and I share it in the Facebook group, it feels so good to get that out there. And then at the same time, like the other day, I had a guy on Instagram, and he shared his story underneath one of my posts, and it was so touching, and I completely appreciated that he shared his story, because it goes to show that people go through these things every single day, right? So that's what the book is about, basically. And I am going to be doing, well, hopefully should be starting this week. On every post I have on Instagram, my goal is to do a podcast recording on it. So therefore, you will not have me obviously coming on here to talk about anything in the book or anything about my life or story, but I will be sharing that on the podcast, and I'll be putting it under each post. Definitely when I do start a podcast, I'll probably put a post on it and say, well, podcast started, so that you would know. So if you want to follow that, if you want to follow me and my story, you can relate to that, and that will help you, or it will help any person that you know. The link is in the description of this video. The links are in the description. So it's Instagram, it's my Facebook page, and which is the Facebook author page, and it's also a Facebook group, a group that when you join, you can share your stories, you can share what you're doing, or what you're, you can also what you're doing or what you're not doing, what you probably think that you need to do. And I will share stuff with you, definitely, because this is more on a personal level for me now, and I just want to help people. I help people, professionally here, but personally we have to be able to deal with our personal issues if you really want to be successful in life. And so yeah, so that's basically it for this video. Hopefully I didn't ramble as much or too much, because I always ramble sometimes, and I hope you grab the concept. And I look forward to if you joined. When you join the Instagram, you can comment under any of the posts and let me know you came from the channel. I would love to, know that, you came from my channel. That would be nice to know that one of my followers actually follow me on Instagram. So I'm looking forward to seeing y'all there. I mean, you join the Facebook group. Definitely would like to hear you there. And I also for the Facebook group, well, you will see when I actually have a part where you put your email address in, so you'll be like the first person to know when the book is actually launched. And yeah, and let's do this. Let's get right with our lives. Let's start letting people, be in charge of our lives, but we let us be in charge of our lives and do the things that we want to do. And who gives a shit who says what about you? That's their mouth. You are you. You can be you once you believe in you. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day. Bye.